Make Japan cool again, Musubi University. Your host, unstoppable Michihiro Matsumoto, and unbreakable Michael.
Yes.
Thank you for watching us. Today, we're going to present to you a special story on gold join, better known in Japan as Kintsugi. Kintsugi. It wasn't until a few months ago when I read an article on The Economist that I thought, wow, Japan is cool with this artifact. So, how big is Kintsugi, Michael? Overseas.
It seems to be growing in popularity overseas. I see more and more articles talking about Kintsugi and how Americans can incorporate Kintsugi into their stuff. YouTube videos about Kintsugi, trying to explain Kintsugi. I did see one article though saying Kintsugi, the Chinese art of gold joinery. So I think there's some misinformation out there about what Kintsugi is.
Misinformation?
Yes.
Such as what? You're Star Wars guy.
I'm a Star Wars guy, yeah.
They copy the idea for the decorating their helmets.
Yes. So in the latest episode of Star Wars, one of the main characters, Kylo Ren, who his helmet was destroyed, and they the next episode they put it back together using, in this case, red Kintsugi.
Red, not just gold, but
not gold.
red.
It was red. It's very symbolic. Red is very symbolic in the Star Wars universe. And I was doing some reading because we talked about this before over lunch, and I was doing some reading, and it turns out that the director said, yes, this is Kintsugi. We wanted to incorporate Kintsugi into this, so they were using Kintsugi for the helmet, for Kylo Ren's helmet in Episode 9.
The story went like this. There was a man called the Hong Amikoids who was proud to paint the mountain top, Seppo, snow at the top of the mountain. The snow has to be painted silver. And as it turned out, the snow was turned into red.
Red.
As you know. It was meant to make it look more artistic. Is it artistic? I mean, the helmet that you saw in the new Star Wars.
Yes.
Why so? Red.
So in the Star Wars mythos, red is heavily associated with what they call the Sith. So these are the bad guys. So in Star Wars, you have something called lightsabers, which are really the katanas, but you have different color blades. And so the good guys, it's blue or green. In the bad guys, it's red.
Really?
Yes. So red is very heavily associated with the bad guys in the Star Wars universe. And the character Kylo Ren himself is a bad guy, and he starts off as a bad guy. But he's very interesting in that most of the bad guys in Star Wars, they start as good guys, and they fall into becoming bad guys.
You mean the rise and fall?
Yes.
Sometimes they rise and then they fall.
Yes. But they don't see themselves becoming the bad guy. Whereas Kylo wants to become the bad guy, but his inner voice continues to tell him it's wrong and is trying to pull him back to being a good guy.
Conscious,
yes. His subconscious is pulling his conscious. He wants to be bad, but he's good. And so he's very torn on the inside. He's broken on the inside when we get to the point when he has his Kintsugi helmet.
What's the moral of that story? the way I see it
Yeah.
is that the Economist article says everyone has a crack
Yes.
in their life.
Yes.
So this character had a crack in the past. Crack
Yes.
can be opportunity, break. So it takes gold join to put together the cracks together to make it, can I say, sublimated into a highly polished art instead of just another T-ball. Isn't that fascinating?
That is.
Well, just a broken T-ball.
Yeah. I just had kind of an epiphany. Star Wars is Kintsugi.
Interesting. Explain it.
Kylo, the person with the Kintsugi helmet, he wants to become a bad guy because he feels like it's his destiny. Because his grandfather was, in the previous movies, the big bad guy. And he became the bad guy because he was a broken person. But it took his son to come and put him back together, to become a good guy again. And so now we see the grandson falling apart and then being put back together. So there's this cycle of people wanting to do good, but eventually falling apart and falling into the dark side, only to have someone else come back to redeem them and putting them back together. So in a sense, Star Wars is about Kintsugi. It's that redemption.
You know what? This guy, what's the name again? Come again.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo.
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 Yes.
I keep forgetting.
Kylo.
Kylo.
Yeah.
The Kylo was a broken guy.
Yes.
Had a damaged. Damaged.
Yeah, very damaged. Very damaged.
You tend to find beauty in the damaged man or woman. A woman is a 彼女は、陰りがある。陰り translation, damaged.
Yes.
She's pretty because she's damaged.
Yes.
Because Kaido was pretty amazing because he had the scar, a crack, or damage, whatever you call it.
Yes.
That's very interesting. And I keep forgetting the name of the guy who was a very famous artist. Says the perfect T-balls are dull. Perfect T-balls are dasai.
Okay.
Boring. Something imperfect as an extension of wabi and sabi.
Yeah.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's beautiful. Can you subscribe to that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been fascinated by it. I don't know if I would ever say beauty, because it's not so much beauty in the classical sense that I see beauty, but I find it very intriguing because I think also because, you know, growing up, everything, especially in America, everything is very standardized. Everything is very straight.
Mass producible.
Yes.
But Kintsugi, any T-ball that requires Kintsugi golden repair is nowhere near perfect.
No.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Do you think this sentiment, the mood, goes on in the future as well?
Yes. Yes, I think so. I think this idea of kintsugi or wabi-sabi will really take off in America and the West in the future.
I saw the movie Nomad Lands, written.
Oh, the Chinese director.
Chinese director.
Yeah.
Chinese director.
Yeah.
And she's getting a rap these days, but
Chloe
she probably Yeah. And she.
She's been disowned by China.
Oh, disowned by China. Yeah. She's having a hard time.
Yeah.
I like this movie because there was an old woman who saw was American. The United States is a nation of nomads, a nation of strangers, a nation of moving around, nation of the trailers. Now, she talked a little bit about a woman who was seeing the broken T-bone
Yeah.
and putting them together. Oh, wow, this is Japanese, you know. So I think if everybody goes for perfection, and everybody says, "Wow, perfection sucks."
Yeah.
In that respect, Kintsugi has a future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you apply the principle of Kintsugi, gold join, for your life, our life?
Our life. I think what you just said was perfect. Perfection sucks.
Perfection sucks.
Don't worry about perfection.
Good.
Allow cracks to show.
Good.
As an English teacher, that's one of the things that I try to get across to my students is make mistakes. When you're speaking English, you have to make mistakes because it's how you learn best.
That's right.
So make mistakes. You have to make mistakes in life. The most successful people in the world are successful because they made mistakes.
That's a beautiful statement. But I tend to disagree with you on that.
Okay.
One point, you say, that all varies from one place to another.
Yes.
The Kanto culture and the Kansai culture are different. Kansai culture, people more prone to risk-taking adventures, like Santori's founder, Sajikedo. She once said, "Yatte take chances." You don't say take a chance. This is okay, take chances. That's life.
Yeah.
But the big metropolitan areas, the people argue otherwise. We try to prepare zero defect.
Yeah.
It won't work. It won't work. Particularly in the Kansai area, where the people are prone to more mistakes and yatte minare. Whether you like it or not, you come here or high water. Go do it. Make mistakes. More mistakes are better. That's pretty much like Kintsugi approach.
Yeah.
It seems to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's join by gold.
Yes.
Thank you for your attention. Musubi University, Kuzuha, Japan.